These are the outfits that we were raped in, and this is how we used New York Fashion Week to change the United Nations.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you've been a long time subscriber, thank you very much for your support. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you enjoy my content, like, share, and comment. Just as a disclaimer, this topic is very triggering, okay? It triggered me. I didn't even know this existed until a few days ago, and I decided to talk about it. Some of you may know what this is. But for those of you who don't, it's new to me, so it may be new to some of you, and I wanted to share with you what I found. Some of these stitches are a couple years old, but like I said, they're new to me. Trigger warning. What I'm about to show you will probably disturb you very, very much. It's not anything graphic. It's just stories. There is something called a "What Were You Wearing" exhibit, and it's basically like a museum where victims of SA hang on the wall what they were wearing when they were SA'd. So I just want to say one more time, it's going to be disturbing, but I must share this with you guys, okay?
These are the outfits that we were raped in, and this is how we used New York Fashion Week to change the United Nations. The most commonly asked question in New York Fashion Week is, what were you wearing? And I had this flashbulb moment. I'd been asked this exact question, but after my rape. One context is meant to shame, and the other context is meant to celebrate agency and fashion. So I decided to reclaim the outfit that I was raped in. My teammates had been fighting for the United Nations to recognize rape in peacetime. So we put on New York Fashion Week's first ever Survivor fashion show. We walked down the runway to reclaim and rebuke the stigma around the phrase, what were you wearing? And we invited all the diplomats to come, and they came. Almost exactly a year later, we passed the United Nations' first ever survivor rights resolution.
Now, in case you couldn't read that fast enough, she was wearing her wedding dress on her wedding day by her husband and his friends. That blew my mind. Not because I'm surprised at the depravity that a lot of men have in them, but that one was like, wait, huh? I definitely wish I had more details about this, but I don't. But that was very triggering for me.
A blue dress, black tights, and boots. That's what I was wearing the night I was drugged, I was raped, and I was left alone to die. What I was wearing should not matter.
I can't change what happened to me that night, but I can work to change the system to ensure no one has failed again.
You thought you broke me, but you gave me a platform. I will never stop singing. I will never stop telling my story.
There are 1.3 billion survivors of sexual assault across the globe. What they were wearing is irrelevant. What they were wearing did not cause the attack. The perpetrators caused the attack.
Next time someone says, but what was he or she wearing, show them this. This is an exhibit that shows the clothes that survivors were wearing when the crime was committed against them. As you can see, there's various types of clothes here, and none of them are deemed to be as society's perception of inviting. Sexual assault can happen to anyone regardless of age, gender, race, or what they were wearing. We're Invisaware, and we're on a mission to put an end to this.
So I really liked her suggestion. I am very petty. I'm the type who would literally pull out my phone and show people this exhibit to prove that it doesn't matter your age, it doesn't matter what you're wearing, it doesn't matter your religion, it doesn't matter if you are a virgin or if you're promiscuous. It doesn't matter. If a man wants to essay you bad enough, he's going to do it. I have never been essayed, but I have been in situations where I felt threatened, or I felt scared enough to believe that, a few people would do that. And this is where I want to tell women to please always trust your intuition. I've always been saved, or like someone would like come in at the last minute, or you know what I mean? Like there was always a way for me to escape or get away from situations in general where I didn't feel safe, but especially around sketchy men who just give you creep vibes. Don't gaslight yourself out of your intuition. Women got that bad. Society has really brainwashed us and have made it to where we question if we are tripping. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm being paranoid. No, those are your antennas going off. If a man gives you the creeps, it's for a reason. There are so many men out there who are undercover essayers, undercover catechizers. Y'all know what word I'm trying to say. And undercover unalivers that literally go do any one of those three things at any moment and then go clock in at work, or sit next to you at church, or he's in line behind you at Walmart. You never know who these men are. So sometimes when you get creep vibes from these people, it is because they are creeps. It is because they are unalivers. These men, typically when they get caught, they are the people around them, like their friends and family and coworkers and stuff. They're always like, he seemed like a decent guy. He never bothered anybody. Or it's, yeah, I always got the creeps. That guy always gave me the creeps. So you literally don't know which, you know what I mean? Like, you really don't know. Guys can hide in plain sight all the time. Sometimes they'll give you creep vibes. Sometimes they won't. They'll seem normal and nice. And that's why I'm like, you have to keep your guard up at all times with anybody, especially the so-called nice guys, because these men do very well at studying women, studying what women do every day, your routine. They study what makes women happy. That's why so many guys do the whole flower thing, because they feel like all women like flowers, even though we know that's not true, right? But they study you for the sole purposes of figuring out the easiest way to take advantage of you. And it's usually not for anything good. And I'm not saying every single man on the planet, but I am saying that you don't know who it is. So you need to be on guard with all men. Keep your head on a swivel. Follow your gut. There is a reason why a guy creeps you out. There's a reason why your anxiety is bad when you get around certain people. There's a reason why you can't sleep next to certain people, right? No matter what, no matter how comfortable they make you feel and how funny they are or how attractive they are or whatever, you're like, I just can't fall asleep next to this man, or I don't feel uneasy. I feel very uneasy around him. There is a reason. Please follow your intuition. Don't go places by yourself. Watch your surroundings. And I'm not saying that these suggestions are going to automatically make you immune from being essayed. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying all of that to say, try your best to decrease your chances. And always remember that in many cases, the essayers turn out to be people you trust, people you know, family members, family friends, right? or the friends of the family, should I say, right? People from work. It's always people you think are cool. If you do some deep dives on these TikToks yourself and go, because there's so many of these videos, by the way, you will see all the messages where it was like, oh, it was my husband, or it was my brother, or it was my best friend since elementary, or it was my high school sweetheart and we were together for 30 years. Like, it's always, in most cases, is going to be people you trust. That's the crazy part. That's the disheartening part. And that's what you need to be the most aware of. A lot of men have this nature, right? And most of them, in my opinion, have not mastered themselves. They don't have any self-control. They don't have any desire to even have any self-control. Do everything you can to protect yourself and your kids. Please stop trusting everybody with y'all's kids if you have them and they're not old enough to speak up for themselves. Please. It usually always end up being people that you know or trust. So that's the end of this video. If you made it to the end, thank you. Thanks for watching. Leave your comments below and I'll catch you guys in the next video.